What's going on, my sweet children? So, what a trading week. Everything finally made the pullbacks that I've been talking about like all week long. Everything finally pulled back the last 2 days, and so we're getting some great discounts to start getting back in on buys once things start going back up. So I'm going to be breaking down every single trade that I took this week. By the way, I called every single one of these trades live in my free Telegram channel, which you can actually get immediate access to by hitting the link in the description of this video. It'll take you to my website. You throw in your name and email, and boom, you get instant access, a clickable link to this Telegram channel. Be careful because there's other Telegram channels that are scams that are not mine. To get access to this specific one, you have to hit the link in the description of this video and then go to my free trading, and then it will give you the link right there. So then you can follow along with every single trade I take. But I'm going to go through my transaction history here on Oanda. The first trade that I took this week was right here on February 22nd. So I took a buy on AEJPY, and it resulted in a break even. So let's talk about this trade. Now, this trade right here, price is in an uptrend on the daily in the H4. It had broken above an H1 resistance zone, which was just essentially a previous high. It's this previous high right here. And then price came, found support at this zone once, tried to bounce. And then after, well, just technically up here. Price broke above this high, came back, tested, found support like 1, 2, 3 times, broke below the zone, but then came right back above, came back, tested the same support again, started bouncing. I thought it was going to bounce right here and continue up from here. It did eventually end up doing that, but what ended up happening was this resulted in a break-even trade. So after it bounced initially, I entered after price started bouncing from this zone. It came back, bounced once, twice, and then it started going up. As it went up, I moved the stop to break even, and then it came back and hit the break even stop loss. So that's what resulted this trade. Had I stayed in this trade, it would have ended up stopping out later in the, I think probably the next day. Yeah, this is like the next day. It would have ended up stopping out, and then it would have ended up going up in the meantime. But yeah, this resulted in a break-even trade. This was me calling it right here in Telegram. I said, so this was at 5 p.m. on, when the hell was this? Was this Sunday or Monday? Monday, February 22nd. So it was Monday. I called this trade. AEJPY, I just entered a buy. My stop loss is there. This was it. So yeah, and this was a full analysis and explanation. Again, hit the link in the description if you want free access to his Telegram channel. So that was it. So I entered that trade, moved the stop to break even, and then right here I said, hey, AEJPY, came back and hit break even. So yeah, it hit break even, then it started ranging, and then just like we saw in the future, it ended up dipping below the level again, and then would have went up. So there it is. So the second trade I took this week was this one. I entered a buy on EURUSD. If we go to my transaction history here, we can scroll up and we can see this right here, EURUSD. The buy was converted into a sell order, meaning it got liquidated at break even. So I made 12 bucks on this trade, enough to get a Chipotle burrito with some extra guacamole on it. So let's go in here and look at this EU trade. So this was the EU trade right there, and this was a pretty simple trade. All it essentially was is it was a break of this 1 hour level right here, break above this resistance zone, followed by a retest with some bullish rejection. That's literally it. It was a break above a resistance zone, followed by a retest with rejection. That's like my whole trading system. Super complicated, right? So it came there, it bounced the first time. I waited for it to come back into the zone a little bit. And then when it came back into the zone a little bit, I guess I'll have to go to minute 5 to kind of zoom in here. I entered a buy. So it came back into the zone, pinned up, I entered a buy and put my stop loss just below this area. So this one, it ended up going up into some profit. After it did, I moved the stop loss to break even, and then it came back and hit the break even. It would have ended up hitting the stop loss anyway, and then it would have gone up, and then it went around and whipped around sideways, and then it dropped. Bunch of crazy stuff happening. Literally, the market's been so volatile this week with all these pullbacks. However, it's setting the stage for a great trading week next week. So yeah, like I said, this resulted in a break-even stop out at 12 bucks. So I didn't lose anything, didn't make anything. And let's see. So what did I entered this trade at 7:43 a.m. and then I called right here at 8:27 a.m. that morning. EURUSD, I just moved the stop loss to break even. Didn't secure any partial profits. I've just like moved the stop loss to break even. It had a 1-to-54 risk to reward ratio. If price made a higher high in the daily, it was a great thing. So yeah, EU came back and pinned the break even stop. That was that. So that's it. That was EU. So let's go on to the next one. So as things continued on, I took 2 trades in crypto this week, but that's crypto. That's on like Binance. That has nothing to do with Forex trading. I'll just cover Forex trades here. Since that's the trades I'm going to be calling out to you guys and stuff. But the next trade I took was a couple days later, which was actually last night. On Euro New Zealand dollar, I took a sell, and you can see the sell got converted to a buy at a stop market order. So it got stopped out. So let's go and look at that Euro New Zealand dollar sell that I shared last night, my sweet grasshoppers. So what we have here on Euro New Zealand dollars on the 4 hour, price is moving in like a nice steady downtrend. So I was only looking for sells. I took a sell right there. That was where my sell was at. Why did I take a sell right there? Well, price had broken below this H1 support level. It came back, hit the zone once, spiked way above the zone, and came all the way back and broke back below. I just thought this horizontal support resistance level was going to be held as resistance right there. Price pinned past it on the 4 hour. The 4 hour candle closed below it. Like I said, I shared all the analysis with a detailed audio message last night here in my Telegram channel. So you can go and you can find all of that crazy wild stuff in here. Here it is. So 7:42 p.m. last night, I'm short on Euro New Zealand dollar at price, blah, 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 and stop loss. So this is how it looked last night. This just looked like that. Pretty simple trade. And this was, I guess, the lower time frame. So it stopped out within like not very long, like maybe like a couple minutes, like maybe 15, 20 minutes, something like that. It stopped out, and yeah, then it kind of like came back a little bit, then it went up and then whipped around, and now it's like still going up. So this thing was like crazy. I think it's the New Zealand dollars continue to drop. That's causing a lot of bullish pressure on this. That's probably why this thing is so bullish right now. But yeah, that was a stop out. So there was that. So the next trade I took was a GBP-JPY trade, which was actually last night as well. I took a buy on GJ, and that one ended up getting stopped out. You can see there was a buy. Where is it at? Market order, buy on GBP-JPY, got stopped out. Buy got converted to a sell right here at this price for 1 unit of loss. So let's go and look at this trade right here. So this trade, again, GJ is in an uptrend on the 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, however the hell you want to look at it. GJ is in a super clear uptrend. So I'm only looking for buys. So price had initially come and found some support right here at this level. We had a nice push up. Price came down, spiked below the level, and then it did something I love, where it breaks back above a support resistance level. Then it comes back and retests the zone. So it's essentially like let's say there's like a horizontal zone here at a level, and then price comes to the zone, finds initial support at it, but then it breaks below. I love when it comes back above the zone and then comes and retests the same level, because that right there, it kind of leaves like a head and shoulders pattern. It's also a break and retest of a 1 hour zone. If it's also in an uptrend, that's really cool. It's also like a pullback. You can get your stop just below the zone. There's like a bunch of good reasons why. I teach this in the Mission FX full program, but it's like a super simple setup. Pretty much just a break and retest. So if we go to the lower time frames, you can see this is where I entered that zone, and we can even kind of pinpoint this zone a little bit more. It's like super clearly defined. But you see that little wick right there? That was my entry. That was like my actual entry. Like as soon as it came back into this zone and started to like pause there and started bouncing, I entered the trade. And then I called this last night. So let's go in hers. Look back in the Telegram channel. Here we go. I just, so 8 p.m. last night, I just entered a buy on GJ at this, and this. That was it. An audio message explaining everything. And then, yeah, so this ended up going into some profit. Usually I would move my stop to break even, but I wasn't watching it. I went to bed, and then I just kind of left it. So this one ended up hitting stop loss, which actually I didn't go to bed. I just didn't move the stop to break even for some reason. This could have been a break even, but, coulda, shoulda, woulda. It's whatever. It ended up stopping out. So it hit the stop loss, and what did I do? This was my active trade management plan if it went into profit, because it initially, it had that initial bounce that went into profit. And yeah, I had planned on moving my stops to break even and taking partial profits, like somewhere up in there. That didn't happen. It just pushed back down, came back to the entry, pushed past the level, hit the break even, or hit the stop loss. And so I put right here, what was that, like an hour after I entered. GJ pinned out for small loss, trying to go back up now. So this was that trading week so far. As of last night, I shared this screenshot of my terminal, the 2 losses right here on the bottom and the 2 break evens here on the top. So that was it. That was like the terminal history. So yeah, so far this week, 4 trades, 2 break evens, 2 losses. So then this morning I had one more trade. Was it one more trade? Yeah, one more trade. So it's AEJPY. So you can see this morning, where's this at right here? 727. So I did a market order. I bought AEJPY down here at 82.455. I called this out as well. Where's this at? Here we go. I just entered a buy on blah, 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 AEJPY at 7:30 a.m. There was my entry. CMP means like current market price. So that's my entry. There's a stop loss. So initially it went into some nice profit. So it started pushing up. We'll go here to the chart. So essentially price was, we'll break it down from the 4 hour. Price is in an uptrend. I'm looking for buys. Price had broken above this recent resistance area, and then it had simply come back to retest. This is just as simple as a break and retest of a horizontal level within a super clear uptrend. That's it. Literally that simple. All I did was I pinpointed the entry on a lower time frame. I went into the 1 hour. I saw that there was like these bullish wicks forming like at this H1 horizontal level. And then what it is, I went to the minute 15, and then I noticed that price had broken above this recent high right here. This recent high right there. So it's a little tiny support resistance level. Price had broken above that zone. It had come back and retested and started to bounce. After it bounced, I just waited for it to come back and I entered a buy as soon as it came back just to get an entry at the zone. My stop loss was just below this zone right here. So yeah, that was that. I shared this full analysis this morning with like a complete audio message. So there was my audio message right there at 7:33 a.m. So if you're in my Telegram channel, you got the audio message with the analysis and stuff. My active trade management, I did an update. After price was in a 1 to 2 risk reward profit, so right here, I moved the stop loss to break even. So yeah, stop loss was moved to break even right there. Then what happened is that it continued up, kept going up. I was waiting for price to pull back to this next to minute 15 zone so I could get a re-entry right there. I wanted to re-enter the trade. And so that ended up occurring. However, whenever price came back to retest this zone, it didn't bounce. So see, this was like what I was looking to happen. Broke above, it came back, but it didn't bounce right here. It actually it broke back below the zone, almost hit my break-even stop loss. Like it barely hit my break-even. Like I'll show you how close it came. It was like kind of ridiculous. Look, see that? Isn't that ridiculous? Like it came that close, but it didn't hit my break-even. Then it continued back up. So I guess I lucked out on that somehow. So it barely hit. It almost came to hit break-even. Then it went back up. So up in here when it was like up around this high, like I called to I closed out partial profits up here when it was up here, and I called that out here in the Telegram. You guys can scroll through this. I'm not gonna baby you. You can literally follow all my trades live in Telegram every single day by just clicking the link in the description of this video. You can literally go back through this week and scroll through everything. You can fact check me on every single thing I'm saying. Just go read it all for yourself. It's all there. So what I did is I ended up closing, after price had pushed back up to here, I ended up closing another unit of profit. So effectively, I just closed these 2 units of profit. These effectively just brought back the losses from Euro New Zealand dollar and GJ last night. So it pretty much brought the day and the week to break even. So yeah, and then what ended up happening is right after I did that, like 15 minutes later, just dumped back down, liquidated the rest of the position at break even. So that was it. See, this is all the trades I've taken this week. I'll go to my terminal. I'll scroll all the way up so you can see. There's no more trades. There was just these 2 partial profits along with that break even right there. And that is literally it. That's all the trades I took this week. There's no open positions here on my account. Everything is just kind of chilling. So that was it. So this week was, it was kind of slow, but it was still break even. So even on a slow, crazy, volatile, stupid week, if you have a trading system in which you control risk, and you stick to your trading rules and you patiently wait for setups, you can still come out either in some small profit or at break even or in small loss, even on a ridiculous crazy week where everyone is losing and everyone's flipping out and everyone's going crazy. You can still just kind of keep your head in the game and still control your risk and continue trading your system, and everything works out fine. Even though this week was like super crazy and volatile and wild, I had, what was this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. So I had 5 trades. Only one of them resulted in some partial profits. 2 of them resulted in losses, and then 2 of them resulted in break even. And then the partial profits, just the tiny partial profits on just the one winning trade this week, covered all of this week's losses. And so that's fine. So yeah, we got this break even, 2 losses, then 2 winners. So the week ended pretty much just break even. So that is what it is. So what I'm going to be doing this next week is, like I said, I'll share all my trades. I'll continue just sharing them all live here in Telegram from now until the foreseeable future. I'm waiting to get in on buys on the FX majors as long as the uptrends start coming back into play. If that can happen, that's what I'm going to be looking for. So still looking on buys for AED pairs next week. Same thing on AED USD, even though they're just dumping out right now. I'm really glad I closed my my buys right there last week, because I kind of anticipated this strong rip downwards. So yeah, and I was sharing that in the beginning of the week in Telegram. I was saying, hey, look, I'm really expecting a huge sell-off on a lot of these majors, because they've just been going up since the past month, all month of February. So yeah, so it ended up occurring just like I said, and everything ended up ripping backwards. Same thing, I'm looking for buys on GJ. I actually have, so I just had this alert, but I was making this video for you guys, so I didn't get to take my position that I wanted to trade here on GJ. Wow, it's funny. Yeah, look, I had my alert right here. GJ, see right here. So 10:28 right now. It's what, 10:32. So 4 minutes ago the alert went off. Yeah, wow. So missed this trade, so I can make this video for you guys. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you're hitting the like button on this video to at least give back. But yeah, okay, cool. Well, whatever. It's okay. I missed that trade, but whatever. I'm still going to be looking for buys on GJ. Same thing on GU. I'm still looking for buys. I think I'm going to wait for like another clear level. This level kind of looks sloppy, but this next one, if it breaks above and retests that, I think I'm going to look for buys somewhere in there next week. That would be good. GCHF. Yeah, wow, this is really volatile. I don't know which level I'm going to look to trade off of. I think I'll have to just kind of wait and see what gets established as price goes up. But I am looking for buys on GCHF. EU, I'm looking for buys. Even though this thing's kind of looking like kind of rangy and stuff, I'm still looking for buys. And the daily, it's still in like a pretty nice uptrend. So, I mean, it's not looking so promising right this moment. However, I'm still going to be like looking for buys if it continues to come down here to some of these zones and then starts getting back into some uptrend structure. Worst case scenario, it'll just be some tiny losses. Best case scenario, it'll be either a break even or a small profit or a huge profit, like something like that. So be looking for buys on EU, be looking for buys on EJ. Euro AUD, I was looking for sells. Now I'm not so sure. Price has really just been it's been shooting up really strong. I think it's because AUD pairs have been dropping. Euro AUD has now been like rising. But yeah, I thought about taking a trade last night. I was waiting on like a break below this zone with a retest, but that never happened. It never broke below. Instead, it just held the zone and continued up. So I never took a trade there. And Euro New Zealand dollar, I was looking for sells as well. And yeah, I took that one that got stopped out this week. So I don't know if I'm looking for sells anymore, though. I mean, this thing has just been ripping upwards. It's just been nuts. AEJPY, I'm still looking for buys. Still looking for buys on AED USD. So just like I shared. New Zealand dollar pairs, I'm still looking for buys as well. This one's actually looks like it may be setting up. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'll leave it alone for now. It just respected this structure zone right here. So I think I'll just leave this one alone until next week. New Zealand dollar USD, I'm still looking for buys. Looks like it didn't set up like I thought it would this morning. So yeah, I'm just going to keep on holding off on that one. Let's see. It could probably come down. I don't know. I'm going to probably just watch all these next week and reanalyze. CAD JPY. So I was looking for this morning on the H4. It's like broken above this recent high, came back, retested, strong bullish rejection. Let's see what's actually going on right now. Let me get all this crap out of the way. I didn't enter on the first test because it dipped below the zone, didn't reject it. In fact, this zone's getting kind of sloppy, so I think I'm going to disregard this now. No longer look to trade this. Maybe I'll look to trade it if it comes all the way back to the zone. But yeah, I'm looking for buys on CAD JPY next week. Still in a nice uptrend, just trying to find a damn entry. USD pairs, I've decided to just give up for the time being. Like, they've just been going nuts. They've literally been going crazy. Like, the trends, yeah, overall in a downtrend, but going rangy for the past 2 months in here. I just think it's going to be easier just to leave them the hell alone. It's just been super annoying trying to trade these USD pairs. So I'm just leaving them alone. Gold, I don't trade gold, but it ended up dropping like I said it might earlier this week. I said that to clients in a live session, but like I said, I don't trade gold, so don't listen to me. Tesla, I'm waiting on these stocks to just dip way more. I'm waiting to buy so much more if they could just dip. I think I've got like 70K in my portfolio, in the stock portfolio that I can like buy more of. Everything's just been dipping like crazy. So yeah, I'm going to wait for all that to occur. I'm in on a crypto. I got in crypto right here. So around here. And then it looks like it's still all floating around break even. I bought like physical coins on Binance, and I'm also going to be margin trading like 50K in Binance. Let's see how that goes. I'm learning. I got a crypto mentor, so we'll see how that goes. And LTC, Algorand, and Verge. So yeah, that's that. But anyway, next week I'll just be sharing my Forex trades as usual. The only other trade I could see maybe taking today is GJ if it sets up. But then again, I already missed the entry, and I'd probably already have a break-even stop if I was in this trade. So whatever. But yeah, that's it, guys. If you appreciate what I'm doing here with Mission FX, and you appreciate me doing all these free videos and calling out my trades for free in Telegram, something that almost no one does in this niche, hit the like button on this video. It really helps the damn algorithm sort out my videos and stuff. So that's all I ask. Just hit the like button on my videos. It's literally it. So anyway, guys, so again, if you want access to the Telegram channel, hit the link in the description of this video, and you can join that Telegram channel for free. You can watch me trade live. It's literally all for free. I do have a paid program, but you can learn pretty much everything you need to know for free. And if you want to join my paid program, then you can also do that as well if you like. So there's that. Hit the like button on this video, and I'll see you guys later. Y'all have a great weekend, and I'll see you next week, hopefully for another trading week in which everything goes back into the trends. Cheers, guys. Bye.